Richardson, Stroud. Young go fast. The quarterback run begins as soon as draft opens. With Colts number 4 pick with top 3 hopes off board. With first defender a surprise, while many envision one of top rushers as first defender from board. This makeover is Oregon columnist Christian Gonzalez. Will Levis falls into tight ends. An early run on the defensive line allows Tennessee to meet one of draft's top quarterback prospects. Estimated reading time 21 minutes. 1 overall with the Chicago Bears. And a dozen years after he named Cam Newton best in 2011. He took the next franchise quarterback once and for all. They don't seem fully committed a specific player as of today, with reports claiming they'll at least make a trade. But we've got them here to stay, and that quarterback coach Josh McCown plans take. Basketball soon in Charlotte. Stroud plotted correctly at 68.2% passes in 2022. Leading the country with the second best rate and 28.2% of passes considered correct plus, which had factors such as pushing a buyer-out coverage. Houston, still young here, lands an elite quarterback prospect, dodging a bullet in Week 18 after a miraculous come-from-behind victory and making them the number 1 overall pick to boot. The only concern you can really have about the youngster is his size. Because throughout his Alabama career he's been as good as he's gotten in every aspect of the quarterback game. Young's college tape is one of the best we've seen when it comes to a quarterback's pocket presence, poise, and composure under pressure. While he can certainly produce at start of the shot clock, what makes Young special is what he does when game breaks. He earned a 92.2 mark when he scored more than 2.5 seconds, placing third in the country and second in such games with an adjusted completion percentage of 79%. 1. It doesn't take bad sacks and make the crime out of nothing. That's how you win in modern age. Trade Detroit. No. Send 6. 48. 81. 2024 1. 2024 4. Arizona Episode 3. The Lions had a strong free agency period, really ensured they had no need going into 2023 NFL Draft. But one could argue that inside of defensive line still needs most work. More on later. With this pick, Detroit shows they have no plans to redraft this early anytime soon. They make a bold move for the most athletically talented quarterback we've seen in a long time. Jared Goff has 2 years and $52.95 million left on his contract. And nothing is guaranteed. And while it's solid in Detroit, only way Lions will really see their restructuring finish line following quarterback swap with Matthew Stafford is to use extra draft capital available, find a potential difference maker. Quarterback. Goff doesn't raise the talent around him, but Richardson certainly can. Richardson is not a total project as is often done, with a 9.2% print to sack ratio in 2022. The 11th lowest grade in the country. It can certainly rely on improving its accuracy and occasional poor decision-making. But sky is limit, and these are lottery ticket draft picks NFL is starting to pull off at quarterback. Gonzalez was built in a lab to become an NFL cornerback. With a solid 6'1", 197-pound frame, 32-inch arms and odd athleticism, Gonzalez's 4.38-second 40-yard dash is 89th percentile, 41st 5th percentile vertical ranks, and 11'1" wide jump 97 to 96% among PFF's database corner rows. Explosive, straight-line speed athletes sometimes struggle with agility and fluidity, but if you look up fat hips in the football cliché lexicon, you'll see a picture of Gonzalez. Last year we saw corners prepare in 3rd and 4th, and while the Colts have a pretty loaded defensive line, they replaced all-pro corner Stephon Gilmore, whom they recently traded to the Dallas Cowboys. What a dream scenario that would be. Seahawks would arguably have the best prospects in entire draft, at number 5 overall in their laps. A historically good draft class of 2022 plus a big spending spree in free agency this year keeps this list in a great spot. While the above rationale for the Detroit Lions get quarterback applies Seattle as well. With Geno Smith not making more than 2023 guaranteed money, Anderson is too good pass in a position Seattle can stand at true top dog. The Seahawks' brain confidence has managed to tweet a selfie with every quarterback on professional day off so far in this year's class. So maybe they'll take down the signal seekers of the future no matter what. But the player who has had 14 more quarterback pressures than any other college football player in the past 2 seasons is also doing well. Arizona begins overhauling their roster with a swap to stock draft capital. Then under the tutelage of new head coach Jonathan Gannon, they receive an anticipation with crazy features and tools that can turn into a special player. Wilson's 35-58-inch arm length is 98th percentile 7'2" wingspan is an inch shorter than Giannis Antetokounmpo's at 271 pounds. Wilson can generate a lot of power, pull back opposing tackle guards, keep him in line anywhere. Not just an exciting prospect because of their measurability, Wilson said. His 34% pass rush win rate in real pass sets ranked 6th among FBS edge defenders in 2022, while his 28% pressure percentage placed 4th. It could be franchise cornerstone to help kickstart the new Cardinals regime. And it addresses List's biggest weakness. It's still impossible to know how low Carter could be as a result of his legal status. But he has a strong case as the most talented player in this class. The Raiders are another team that may want to add a quarterback after appearing in their attempt to trade number 1 overall with the Chicago Bears. But here we are operating under the assumption that he has a specific player in mind and will now wait until 2024 or later. Carter's 2022 pass rush score of 89.1 ranked 7th among FBS internal defenders, and a 91.2 run defense rating placed 5th. It's a good prospect on the field, as we've seen since the PFF began rating college football in 2014. Trade Tennessee No. 11. 41. 2024 2. Posting. Atlanta No. Chicago. 9th overall. And Philadelphia, 10th overall, are also the best trading spots. So this isn't necessarily Tennessee, which is getting ahead of teams that need a quarterback. Teams like New England, Washington and Tampa Bay are boxing. Levis played with multiple injuries in 2022, but earned an overall rating of 90.6 in 2021, placing 10th among Power 5 quarterbacks. He has the occasional faulty shot that leaves you scratching your head. But he's come long way since serving as the double-threat short-yard quarterback at Penn State. A quick release with lot of zip flashes. He also needs to significantly improve the pressure to crawl, but it didn't help that the offensive line was so porous last season. After the first few waves of free agency, one thing seems certain, whether offensive or defensive. This Bears pick will be a cover player. Johnson is an all-round attacker with the size and athleticism to play indoors or in tackle. His 36 14-inch arms go down to 97% between tackles. Bears quarterback Justin Fields' former Ohio State teammate kicked off in 2021.